Good afternoon and welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. So I know people have been anxiously waiting, well, maybe they haven't, but I know I've been anxiously waiting to hear back from Jaguar Chiltern. As you know, bought the Jaguar XKR. I know it had many things that needed doing to it. I think I made a list of about 25 items. But I did not know what else I wanted getting done because I wanted Jaguar Chiltern to have a look at the car and tell me what really needs doing. So I had Mark at Jaguar Chiltern have a look around the car, and I wanted to share the report with you guys. It's not good news. It's a lot more than the car is worth, I guess, financially speaking, and also it's a lot more than I was expecting or budgeted for. But I've steeled myself and committed to restoring this car. So let's go and look at the inspection. So first off, Mark found that little chip that I had. That was a ding, actually, that was taken out. So it's straightened out, but still needs paint. He's feeling around the doors, and you can see that it's had a few bumps. The wheel nuts are absolutely knackered, so I've had to get a new set of wheel nuts. As you can see, they're kind of pretty bad and oversized right now. So that needs to get done. Another thing that Mark pointed out was really one of my tires found to have a puncture. The brake discs actually were not too bad, and brake pads are also low but not desperate, so got away with the brake pads and discs for now. But yeah, no, apart from that, just walking around the car, you can see that there's obviously a lot of corrosion on that car, and that badge needs a plinth before it can be replaced. As well, these chrome covers on the wing mirrors are going to have to go and be changed. There's obviously this corrosion on this wiper arm. I still can't find wiper arms without corrosion on them, so I'll probably have to take them out, sand them down and spray them and stick them back on again. Also, you'll see that both the door cards are fitted in very poorly, so they need refitting. And both of my tweeters are absolutely knackered. I need to replace both tweeters. So we've established that as well. That glove box can't be repaired. It just needs to be changed out completely. So I need a new glove box as well. What else? Parcel shelf fixings. I've ordered just the fixings, so get this parcel shelf back on. I'll be able to upcycle this. So that needs to go back on with the fixings. And what else? Found a nail in my tire, so a puncture repair there. So had to do that as well. But that wasn't too much. Apart from that, obviously the corrosion that I know about, that's going to have to wait. It's actually not that bad. I've waxed the car, but there's signs of some corrosion creeping in. But the car's straight and dink free, so it's ready for paint. It's just a matter of when my wallet is going to allow this paintwork to be restored. But there's some imperfections there as well at the top of the roof. But apart from that, it's not too bad. Now, going underneath the car, it's a totally different story. This is no longer a cat, it's a dog. It's a dog of a car, and my job is to turn it back from a dog to a cat. And you can see these exhaust clamps, the rear silencer actuators are missing. Someone's just taken them off so they can have all the quad pipes firing up all the time. Also have a heat shield missing. The rear silencer, you can see the gate is split with the goo coming out, so all of those arms on both sides are going to need to get changed. It's basically really bad all across. The bushes are really knackered, which is what I was expecting. So a lot of new suspension components are needed. On both sides and the rear. The front isn't as bad, but that also needs some love. You can see these bushes are absolutely knackered as well. Also, these aftermarket exhaust clamps, so getting them removed. You can see someone's taken out the center section of the exhaust. That's missing, so that's being replaced with a stock center section with the original exhaust clamps are going to go on. There's a leak in my gearbox sump, but the service will sort that out. So when we have the gearbox service done, that will be sorted. One other surprising thing here was this cracked engine mount. As you can see, it's cracked. You can see the crack there, so that needs to be sorted out. I also have odd shock absorbers. I've got yellow one there and a green one there. So that's a Bilstein one on the other side and a Jaguar original one on the other side. So they're in good order, so I'm not inclined to change them. But it is something that bothers me. If I had the money, I probably would. I can also see there's a weld on the front subframe, but other than that, it's all good in there in terms of there's no play found. General corrosion, some of these bolts are going to have to get changed over, but my brake lines are really badly corroded, as you can see. So brake lines are going to have to get changed as well. As you can see, probably want to get those replaced as well. He's going to clean them up and see if they're actually really that bad or whether they need replacing. Brake pads are on the low side, not desperate, but probably need to change those as well. So, what else? The discs have corrosion on them, but they're not actually worn. I think that's just because of not being driven. So I'm going to drive it for a bit. If I don't like it, I'll probably change the brakes out in a few months' time. But it's not urgent, considering I've got really, really big problems and a big bill that I'm looking at to get all of that sorted out. You can see the actuators are actually missing here. That's where they would go. Someone's taken them out. I don't know why they would do that. But, they're not there, and it's £1,000 to replace that. So I thought, no, thank you. I'll wait until I can source the right part, and I'll put that in. But you can see, look at that. It's just... gaiters are busted as well that need to be refitted, but the whole arm's going to get changed anyway, so there's all of that going on. You can see that's pretty bad. So anti-roll bar links as well are going to get replaced as well. It's a sorry sight under here, really. It is a bit of a dog, but we're going to clean that up and we're going to replace these components so they are good again and the car drives like it should. You can see that bush is really bad as well, so that's going to get changed out as well. Basically, a lot of that stuff underneath is going to go, but the good news is I'll have new bushes and arms all around, which is a great thing on an XKR. Most XKRs, when they're old, they're kind of old, but you can see the heat shield is missing there. I'm looking for a heat shield. Once I find one, I shall install it. Hard to come by. So I'm going to fix this exhaust, put a actual OEM center section exhaust in here, and get rid of those stupid aftermarket clamps. They protrude at the bottom of the car and they compromise the ground clearance, so I need to sort that out. The other engine mount, you can see the crack in it again. So need to get that fixed. And then the other thing, surprisingly, I found is the quarter glasses are just, the brackets have broken. It's a common fault on these XKRs, as I mentioned. You can see they're just loose. You could just slide them out. That's how loose they are, and both sides are like that. So give your XKR a test. If you have an X150, check, are your rear quarter glasses actually secure? So going to have to repair those brackets and get those rear quarter glasses secured as well. What else? So both of those are getting repaired as well, and get this refitted in again the way it ought to be. And then we've got you can see how it just slides out. Need to fix that. What else on this car? Well, so basically, all of that comes up to £6,000. I didn't go for the rear silencer exact actuators because it was £1,000, and I just rather wait until a second-hand part comes in the market that I can have installed. And same goes for the heat shield. Everything else that we mentioned on that video will get done, and that will cost me £6,000. I've bought the car for £6,750. I then spent £200 on getting the dinks out of it. I spent £400 on fixing the headlining, and I'm going to spend another £6,000 on getting all of those issues in the suspension and all of the servicing sorted out. And that includes a full supercharger service, all the belts changed, gearbox service, all of the filters changed, the spark plugs changed, the 2 pedestrian sensors sorted out, a glove box replaced, new tweeters on either side, door cards refitted, my quarter windows fixed, my parcel shelf secured, and all of that greasy stuff underneath the car, many suspension components, which I won't bore you with. And also that engine mount that's obviously cracked. And that will bring my total spend by the time the car comes back from Jaguar Chiltern to 13,350. That's right, 13,350 when all is said and done. But my car should drive really well. And then what I will do in the next 12 months is replace the valley hoses, get that heat shield in, get the rear box with the actuators fitted, which I'm expecting will cost me another £1,600. And that will take my grand total to 13,350. When I spent the 1,600 additionally over the next 12 months, that will be 14,950. By the time I've had the car resprayed, it'll be 17,950. Is it a lot of money? Hell yes, it is. Is the car worth it? Hell no, it's not. But it's my Jag, and it's a green Jag, and I'm going to love it and restore it, and I'm committed to it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I know it's not worth it, but I really couldn't care less. I can't find a green XKR anywhere. So I'm going to fix this one. Right, so let's look at all the work that is getting done this time out and the work I rejected. I'm having rear anti-roll bar links replaced, offside rear tie rod gaiters replaced, rear quarter glass brackets fixed on both sides, center exhaust section being put in back to OEM, not the aftermarket crap that's on there right now. The air conditioning issue seems to be the high pressure pipe, expensive part. That's what it's costing me there. All of that work totals up to, as you can see, 2,554 plus all of this work, which is a full service, and I mean a full service: plugs, pollen filter, air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, all being changed, as well as a gearbox service, all of the drive belts being changed, the supercharger oil changed, the pedestrian system crash sensors again, £480 for those, a lot. Rear lower shock bushes, rear lower wishbone arms. I'm going to get some smart key covers because they're cheap, and one of them's really worn. You can get genuine Jaguar key covers for £12. It's well worth doing if you have an older Jag. So I thought I'd do that. Removing those crappy chrome mirror covers, which look really tacky. Also the parcel shelf fixings to get the parcel shelf back on the car. The glove box assembly, found a second-hand glove box, so that's what it's going to cost me to get that on. I'm having to replace both door tweeters, which is a pain. Obviously you can see door tweeters, a pair is £477. Then there's the grill badge, which sits on a plinth, which is why both of those two parts together comes to £116. I'm also changing the number plates because it's got the wrong size number plates on. Changing the wiper blades to original Jaguar ones because I find them to be the quietest, much better than the Bosch. The offside engine mount, which was cracked in that video, you can see that's going to get replaced at a considerable cost as well. And then that puncture in the offside rear tire, which is going to get fixed. And then I've got a set of brand new wheel nuts to sort that out. And that kind of comes to £6,333. I've proposed at 5,940. And give or take that number, the true bill will be somewhere in between. Let's see how we get on. So thanks a lot for watching. When all is said and done, that means my total so far for this car will come to, drum roll, £13,350, which is what I would have paid for a green Jaguar XKR. And I said when I bought my previous Jaguar that there's no such thing as an XKR X150 in 2023 less than £12,000. You just can't do it. And that's in a non-desirable color, you know. So no matter what you buy it for, when you go to a garage and you get things fixed and you get it driving like it should, you'll always be in for 12, 13 grand. And that is for a really high mileage example. If it's a low mileage example, you're going to pay more to buy it, and then you're going to have to do probably 50% of these jobs anyway. So in the end, there is no such thing as a Jaguar XKR X150 cheaper than £12,000. If it's being advertised for 8,000 or 9,000 or 7,000 or 6,000, you can bet your bottom dollar that when you actually get all of the work done to it and get it driving like it should be driving, you're going to be looking upwards of £12,000. If you don't have £12,000 to spend on a Jaguar XKR X150, don't buy one. Thanks a lot for watching, and I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say the car's not worth that much. Why are you spending that much money? And my answer is this: no one's thought about the feasibility of fixing this car more than me. Nobody, because it affects me the most. It's my money, right? But the way I see it is, I've decided that if everybody was to think about financial feasibility, many classics would just never get restored. Someone has to take a hit somewhere along the line to save that car. It just has to be me on this occasion. So I'm the one who's going to take the hit to keep that car on the road, bring it back to life and get it driving like it should, so it continues to grace our roads. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. It was a tough decision, but that's what I've decided to do. That it's not economically feasible to fix this car, but I'm going to fix it anyway. Thanks a lot for watching.